Hello YouTube, this is Chris again of Bex Rental Services. Today's video is going to be on a sick, disgusting, sex trafficking, pedophilia, grooming children movie called Cuties. It's a Netflix movie. Excuse me. If you haven't heard anything about it, Netflix themselves made the movie. It's a Netflix original made by Netflix. We all know the Illuminati own and run media and Hollywood and so on. So the thing that I had heard at the beginning of the movie Cuties, I started seeing about the poster that they had put out with, these are 11-year-old girls now, mind you. They even mention in the movie they're 11-year-old. Little girls. It's the movie set in like a Muslim setting. So, and none of the movie is in English. It's all subtitles. So the thing was that the movie poster was inappropriate, and it was. It's very inappropriate. And Netflix came out and they we apologize because too many people were standing up. And this is what I tell you guys. You guys, we all need to band together and stand up as one voice against this crap. And they apologized. They said, oh, it's, the movie poster was a bad choice and this and that. And there are 5 girls standing. I believe it's 5 girls standing, the main 5 girls, and very provocative clothes and stances. Okay, very sexual stances. And that's bad enough, but it gets even worse. See, I've always preached to you guys, do your own homework. Don't believe what I tell you or anybody else tells you. Research things yourself. So last night, I decided that I'm going to get on Netflix and I'm going to watch the movie or try to watch the movie and see if it's as bad as they're saying that it is. Because it's been all over there. Fox News is touching on it. And other people are touching on it, YouTube and on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and of how disgusting that it is, and that it's pedophilia and it's sex trafficking and it's grooming our children. So I do like I always do, and like I mentioned before, I do my own research. I just don't listen to what other people say. I do the best I can to see for myself what's the truth. And then I let you guys know what I have found. And I see things sometimes and hear things sometimes, actually a lot of times, so that I don't. And so last night, my sweetheart she's at work, and so I decide that I'm going to go on and I'm going to try to watch Cuties to see if it's as bad as everybody is saying that it is. Because I hardly trust anybody. And I definitely don't trust media. News and otherwise. So I sit down, I put it on, and I start watching it. And it is horrible. It is disgusting. I'm going to give you a couple of things that happened within the movie up to a certain point where I just couldn't take anymore and I shut it off. One, they're dressed in very provocative clothes. I'm not going to show any images or videos, part of it, because it's very disgusting. It's very disturbing. If you're a normal human being, especially as a parent, it's just, yeah. Anyway, so in one of the scenes in the movie, they're dancing very provocatively. They're on their stomach, pounding on the ground with a sexual look on their face, twerking their butt up and down. Another part of the movie. Now, keep in mind, this is a Muslim country, okay? So one of the girls is at the church, surrounded by the adults, girls, or women, I should say. She puts a covering over her head. She has earbuds in, earphones, pretty much watching porn. And gets a look on her face like she's enjoying it, and even makes a couple sexual sounds, kind of like a moaning sound. Um, Another part of the movie, two of the main character girls are watching looks like a YouTube video, and these girls themselves don't look like they're, anything older than 11 years old. Could be younger. They're dancing around. One of the girls at the end of the video that they're watching, it's supposed to be a dance video, and she puts her hand down next to her crotch, brings it up in a sexual position, in a sexual manner, gets a sexual look on her face, brings her hand up like this, and lifts her shirt up. No bra, no nothing, and you see cleavage. Another part, they're at a school, okay? They're at their school, and they're dressed very provocatively. The shoes they're wearing, the real tight clothes they're wearing, it resembled what you would see as an adult and or a prostitute be wearing, a lady of the night. There was one part in the movie that I only, like I said, could only get so far, and I just couldn't take it. My mind couldn't take it. My stomach couldn't take it. It was just turning my stomach. I had to just shut it off. I was getting pissed off really bad. One of the main characters is in the bathroom. Sorry about the shaking. I'm just really pissed right now. She overhears some of the other main characters, some of the other girls in the movie, talking about a boy peeing in their mouth. No joke. Literally words they used. Peeing in their mouth. One of the other girls says, "That's disgusting." The other girl says, "No, that's not disgusting. That's natural." Yeah, that's what she said. That's natural. Another one of the girls said, wouldn't that be rape? And the other girl says, "No, that wouldn't be rape. I've heard rape is that the guy would go all the way through you. In other words, putting their private part in your mouth, and they would go all the way through you. In other words, out the other end." And then the girl says, "Well, it depends on the guy. I've seen my brother's, and he's not that big." Yeah. Another part of the movie, they were in like a wooded area. The main characters were in a wooded area. One of them finds a condom used, picks it up, sticks it to her mouth like a balloon, and blows it up. Takes it, ties it up like a balloon, and sticks it down in her shirt. Again, this is all symbolism. It's brainwashing or grooming, as they call it, the children to accept this kind of behavior. This is normal. And it's putting stuff out there for pedophiles, sick, disgusting motherfuckers, pardon my language, to watch and get the rocks off on watching this stuff. The part that I turned it off on. I mean, this was all bad enough. The part that I turned it off on because I just could not take it anymore. I mean, this was just blatantly in your face. They were practicing their dance moves. They were like in an underpass kind of area down below, way below the where people could see. They got the camera set up towards recording them, and they're practicing their dance moves. All wearing skimpy clothes, very sexual in nature. All the girls start slapping each other's asses with sexual looks on their face. And then they start dry humping each other, pretending to have sex with each other in a line, all in a line together, pretty much, and doggy style. At that point, I could not take anymore. I felt sick to my stomach. And I was pissed the fuck off. And I shut it off. And I let my sweetheart know. I was messaging her back and forth things that was going on in the movie. She was at work. And I want to cancel Netflix. She's asleep right now because she worked all night. She was on call last night. But I'm going to talk to her about canceling our Netflix. I will not support pedophilia, harming of children, grooming of children, pedophilia, so on and so on. I will not support it. And I don't suggest you do either. It is totally up to you what you want to do, but anybody with a normal brain and a normal person would not be okay with this, would not accept this. This is sick and disgusting. They're slowly not just grooming our children, but grooming us to allow this. Because the way they're trying to sell it off, that movie, and look at the name, Cuties. Really? Is most people, most parents would put their children in front of the TV to watch that. Now, for you to go off saying, oh, it's a dance movie and this and that, and you know, I've got problems with that. No, I've watched dance movies. I've watched dance movies with my children and competition dance movies and with my family. And done in the proper context, it is not a bad thing. But the way this movie is done, from what I saw of it, is completely and utterly disgusting and wrong. They try to sell it out as this is what Netflix said, that it's trying to bring to light the sex trafficking and how children are being pretty much being groomed and sexualized and stuff like that. The exact same thing that they're doing in the movie. Okay, I've watched documentaries. I've watched movies where they're doing that, what Netflix is claiming they're trying to do, and did not look like this, did not portray what these things is portraying. There was no adults around. Sorry, smoker's cough. There was no adults around when all this sexual stuff was going on. So don't tell me that it's about showing how children are sexualized and how children are being sex trafficked and how children are being groomed, because there was no adults around when these sexual behaviors were acting, except for in the church, the Muslim church. Okay, supposedly, you know how I feel about Muslims and Muslim religion and stuff like that. I've talked about it on my channel, but this is supposed to be in their culture, a house of God. But yet this girl is covering her head with earphones in, around with all these girl adults around that are talking about the naked women and how it's against God and them dancing around and acting the way they are. And you've got this girl, 11 years old, with earphones in, pretty much watching porn. Okay, that was one of the rare instances, the little bit of the movie I did watch, where there was adults around, but it was being hidden. So this movie is not about bringing to light sex trafficking and children pedophilia and grooming children and so on and so on. The movie itself is child porn. It is sick, it is disgusting, and Netflix needs to be held accountable for it. The writers of the movie, the parents that allowed their children to be in the movie, and so on, need to be held accountable for what they have done. This is a very sick and disgusting movie. And I do not recommend you watch it. I do not recommend you let your children watch it. And I do not suggest that you support anything like Netflix that's going to not just allow this kind of stuff to be on their service, but to be actual producers of that said material. Do you know partial owner of Netflix? I believe he's the partial owner. I know he's one of the higher ups at very least. Partial owner of Netflix is in trouble for sexual things, sexual assault, and from what I've seen out of it, he's one of the head guys of Netflix. is sexual assault against a child / children. So let that sink in a minute. Sorry, I just got a lot of things in my brain, a lot of things that's going on in my personal life. The devil's attacking us really hard right now. We're going through some issues right now. We need a lawyer to save our children. I can't go much into more detail about that at this particular moment, but I will later on. It's going to cost us about $10,000 or more for a lawyer, minimum $10,000. Some of you guys know what's going on. There are YouTube friends that I know personally, and I've talked to about the situation. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this video at this for now. If you guys could do anything to help us, I've got my PayPal in my About Me section. Then we've also started GoFundMe. Me and my sweetheart have started a GoFundMe. She's got one. I've got one. I put a link about that in the community section for that. And it's also on a few of my other medias. So if you could go check out all my media on the About Me section. Like I said, I got my PayPal there also as well. If you can help, anything, even a dollar will help, because a lot of dollars adds up. If you could share this video, I would greatly appreciate it. It helps the children. And then if you could do anything to, if you can't help me or help us with the situation we got going on, even if you're a lawyer and you feel that you can help us and help us, financially make payments or whatever, please contact me privately. Or if you know a lawyer, let us know and private message me. We need all the help we can get as fast as we can get. But anyway, like I said, I strongly suggest you do not support Netflix. Get this information out to everybody that you can. We have to protect our children. If we do not protect our children as adults, as the parents, no one's going to. Outside of God himself, ain't no one going to. God tells us, and so did his son Jesus, to protect our children in every way possible. And anybody that harms a child will be held accountable for that on Judgment Day. Anybody that allows a child to be harmed will be held accountable for that on Judgment Day. We are told by a God, and we are told by his son Jesus, to protect our children. If you don't make these kind of videos, you don't make videos at all, whatever, you can share these kind of videos. Not just mine. You can share posts and other people's videos and stuff to get the knowledge out there to protect our children, to protect our family from the devil and from the devil's puppets. The humans that the devil uses, like the Illuminati, the elite, the mainstream media, Hollywood, so on. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut this short. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Much love. God bless. Keep us in your prayers. Anything will help. And I will see you guys on the next one.